Hey friends, thanks for joining me for this weekend's video. Today we're going to be in our storage room area. I got a lot to do. We're going to be cleaning, decluttering, organizing, and stocking up in some of the food storage areas that we have here in the basement. Over the course of the summer, I had 4 major areas in our home that I wanted to declutter and organize, and this is 3 of 4, so I'm definitely moving right along and I'm sticking to the task. In this area here, there was a lot of stuff left behind in this home when we originally purchased it about 9 months ago, so there were things we still needed to go through and kind of declutter. There are still a few dishes down here that I'm not sure about whether or not I'm going to use them or if I'm just going to donate them, but I went ahead and got out all the stuff that I definitely know we're not going to be using. I also took some time to go through a couple of my bins that needed to be sorted through from the old house. In the old video, I actually organized all my decor bins, so everything in that area is up to par. And then I got a grocery haul because we're about to be back to school this week. So let's get into the video. So this was the storage room space when we moved in, and this was how it was when we got here. This was everything that was left behind, and then this is what it's looking like now that we're here and we have our stuff here that goes in the storage room. It's pretty much just my stuff for the most part, and like food, because James has a lot in the garage. So we're gonna go through and clear all this out. All this mess got back here because James and his grandpa actually redid some of the electrical back here. They put in a new electrical box for us because it was really outdated. We had like those electrical little circles, you know, for breakers, and we kept blowing a bunch of them, so we finally got that updated here. This dresser right here is just lots of other random stuff that James has in here, but it's mainly just for working on stuff down here. There's a lot of tech going on down here in the basement area, so we have lots of extra wires and just a few random tools and stuff in case we need them down here. There is a lot of stuff that didn't get organized right here that I found, which are things that need to be organized into the Christmas boxes. I didn't get to that in this video, but I just wanted to get everything organized and out of the way, and I'll do that when I pull out the Christmas decor and see, because I might want to get rid of a few things, but these are ornaments that need to be reorganized. For the ease of, you know, stocking up and having everything accessible down here so we can actually get to the storage, I wanted to make sure that I created a path and did what I could down here, because ultimately it would be cool if I could place more things on the shelves right here, but I don't want everything to get dusty. I don't want bugs crawling on all the home decor and all the little goodies and keepsakes, so I wanted to keep them in here. So I found a way to do that in some of these areas. We'll see how the years go by with it, but I think it worked out. I ended up finding some other dishes down here that I might end up using in the china cabinet, which I thought was cute. It might work for the tea party. I'm going to see how good a shape they all are once they're washed, because they did have a lot of stains. I ended up finding this dress. So this dress was actually something I picked from TJ Maxx. It's a Ralph Lauren dress, and I wore this when I went to get married. We went to a city hall and we just picked some clothes from there and we went and got married, and yeah, so I had that dress and I found it. I ended up putting it on and going to show James. He's like, "What are you all dressed up for?" I'm like, "Really? It's not a wedding dress, but you know what it is, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're in your wedding dress." So that was cute to find that. It's cute that I can still fit it. One thing that I ended up finding down here was this Pyrex dishes set. This is an old school one, but after further examination, it is one of the ones that was made in the USA. So I don't know if it's collectible per se, because I know like usually the milky ones and the colored pure. Blah. I'm getting so confused. Purex is laundry detergent. I'm talking Pyrex. I'm talking dishes. But the colored ones with the designs and stuff on them usually are the ones that are worth a bit of money in that. These ones were here, so I'll probably find a way to give them away, or I'll actually just donate them because I have a lot of cookware already. This dishes set was really cute though. I'm pretty sure it's a set. It didn't have any bowls, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Feldtsgraf or something. Feldtsgraf. I did see a cute set on like Facebook Marketplace, and it was like $100 for like almost a whole set, so it is pretty pricey. It was like $150 I think, but this one didn't have bowls, so I don't really know. But this were the cute items that I found. I thought it'd be super cute for tea. Bridgerton vibes, like I said. In the future, I'll probably update it to like a more daintier, prettier tea set, but this one's here, so I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and use it. So I'm going to give these a good run through the dishwasher and then see what's viable. I ended up finding lots of other stuff down here when I was going through a couple boxes that were just like boxes of stuff and not necessarily like my organized bins. I ended up finding some CDs. I'm actually going to give these to Savannah because there was a cassette player. I don't know if you remember from the home tour. So I'm going to give her these so we can go through them together and she can listen to all my old tunes. It's going to be super funny because it's like all the rap. I even have something labeled called Rap/Think. So that'll be like a cute little bonding experience. Hopefully she's going to be like, oh my gosh, Mom, what were you listening to? It's going to be cute. On one of James's days off, he took a couple vacation days, and while I was doing this and doing some other stuff around the house, he ended up decluttering the garage. So he did the whole garage and organized that, and he sold off probably like 10 different things through Facebook Marketplace. So that was really cool. So we pretty much earned our money back from the dining room transformation on other stuff that he got rid of in the garage. And that's all set up and squared away for the winter, especially because I was like, man, I'm going to look for a tool, babe, and I can't find anything because I was so used to the tools being organized at the old house. So when we got here, they were just all over the garage from all the different home projects and stuff he's been doing. And I'm like, please organize your tools and garage. So he went ahead and did that. So that's really cool. So now we can actually move around in there as well. He ended up getting rid of some stuff. I was like, man, you're really getting rid of that, but it's fine. We haven't used it. And so it's like, it's just time to let it go. We haven't used it in so long. So we just got a few bucks for it. This is a lot of work, even cleaning this stuff out that was left behind. There's still a lot of salvageable stuff, which we knew that we would like use or whatever. A lot of that stuff could probably just be donated, but it's like extra light cords, like extension cords in that and whatever. Oh, James must be home. Dogs are freaking out. But yeah, so I figured we'll just keep them. You never know when you need an extension cord, or somebody needs an extension cord, or maybe if we want to put Christmas lights outside or something. I'm sure they're still up to code enough to use its extension cord, you know. But anyways, I found that tile down there, which is peel and stick, and you know, I don't think it was what's behind the bar, but it's kind of close enough. And there's 5 boxes, and it's 12 by 12. Well, 12 by 12 for each box, and there's 5 of them. So I'm not a mathematician or anything, but that might be enough to put a little bit right here, you know. Even if we can't do the whole way, maybe we could do like from against this wall right here, you know, to like in front of the fridge basically, and down here. And then realistically, it would be really sweet if we could get it also in this area. If we could get it in this area too, back behind me. But I don't know if 5 boxes is enough to do that. And simply it's just peel and stick. I'm not worried about it getting wet, warped, or ruined. I was going to put something like that down here anyway, and it's literally already here. So, I mean, that's basically been our motto since we got here, which was if we can use it and it's here, why not use it? It's been preserved. We're basically just recycling it. They had the idea, the family here before us, you know, they were the original owners, so they were trying to make this a home. So why wouldn't we continue on with that and just make it the most, you know, livable and functional space? A couple things that I ended up finding while I was doing this was some already bought and saved glass pieces of the mirrors that go around here. So behind that white dresser, there's a mirror like behind the bar. There's like a second one in case something happens. We also have like little glass shelves in the basement and up in the bathroom, and there was like extra spare little shelves. And then underneath this workstation right here, when we had the carpet installed, I had them leave us like a big portion of leftover carpet in case we needed to make some small repairs. And then an Easter egg of carpet got left in the bathroom. I don't know if any of you remember that, like really old school carpet. A little bit of it was left. We were gonna replace it, but we decided to leave it. But if for whatever in the future we ever wanted to change it, I wanted a piece of carpet to switch it out. So I have that, and when I asked the people for them, they just left us big pieces. So it's cool that for the maintenance and preservation of the house, we have like kind of, you know, more or less expensive things that are here. We have like extra pieces of it in case anything happens. So that's cool. Now for the food storage down here, I didn't really have a rhyme or reason on this particular day. I was just putting up what we already had down here. The food wall that's over on this side, this has kind of like some kind of organization on what I'd like to keep over here. But seeing as we're coming up on November, typically November is a perfect time to buy your canned goods and stock up, because a lot of people not only buy for the holiday, but also for baking, gifting, and for holiday food drive donations. So as always, I'll get my rule of 4 on my canned goods that I use often. Typically, I'll buy 2 to 4 cans of each thing to have on hand, and usually that keeps me going for, you know, a few weeks at a time, especially if I follow the grocery list rotation. I mean, I'm not strict with it or anything, but that way I just always have some things on hand to cook. But also, now that I can actually get back here to this pantry back here, I'm also going to fill this with some extra goodies. So this is how it all turned out. It's looking really good so far. I think next year I might want to paint this tabletop, maybe put something else up here, not really sure. And then the food bin, or the food storage, is cool how it is, and then the bins are still working right now. So yeah, I'm pleased with how it turned out. So here's the aftermath though that I have to deal with. Lots of boxes, and I pulled out some other boxes too that I wanted to go through. And then I decided, since I had to do all this cleaning in the basement, that I might as well just go ahead and declutter and clean the bar and clean up the basement as well. So I ended up saving doing this part of the storage declutter for this point, because I knew I wanted to get to my fall decor box, as well as my crafting box. I ended up finding like some old yarn, like unfinished projects that I had in here from crocheting, which was really cool. I got to see other supplies I have. I can't wait to just, you know, have one spot for all this stuff. But I went through all that, and I decluttered any junk or like random, you know, craft things I just wasn't using. And I also found my sewing machine in the box. I've only used it 1 or 2 times, so like I barely really know what I'm doing, but I wanted to make a few things this Christmas, so I got that out, and I'll be putting both of those up in the office. It was kind of fun while I was doing this. Everybody was just off doing their own thing, and I was just down here just looking through pictures, and it was like little memories moment, just going through all these like weird times in my life where I just had these different things. And then I of course put on my little wedding dress, and I had music playing, and it was just a fun little experience to pull all this out. So it was cool because it didn't seem as stressful, even though it was, you know, the end of my project and there was still a lot to go through. It was the fun portion of it all. So at this point now, I'm moving on to just picking up the basement. I decided, since I went ahead and decluttered and organized the storage room here in the basement, I might as well do behind the bar too. I know specifically there was one box back there I just kept dreading actually unpacking from the old house. It's like the only thing left, because originally there was a spider back there. I don't know if some of you remember. So when that spider went back there, I pretty much just like gave up on going in that corner of the behind the bar. So now I decided it's a good time to just go ahead and clean up back there, organize. A lot of the dishes were under there, like the crystal ones that I wanted to put in the dining room hutch. So I pulled all those out to take them up and wash them. And then I decided to finally get like the box and all the random stuff out from behind here. Maybe one day we'll redo these chairs, because I hate this one. It's so raggedy, but it just acts as a different stool, so we keep it because we really love the matching 3. But maybe one day we'll replace it. I'm not sure. But we had all this stuff back here, and then there was like a lot of spider webs under here on the floor, not behind the bar, but like on the floor. So I just wanted to get all that cleaned up, because I think it's going to be super cute for me to do like a fall bar down here to decorate, and then have like some friends and family over. So I think it's going to be super cute. And we still have yet to find the remote control for the TV here above the bar, so we're going to need to get a new remote for that as well. Since we're down here in the movie room, you'll have to let me know your favorite fall movie down below. Typically every year we watch Hocus Pocus, especially now with the new one that just recently came out, and then we usually watch Halloween Town. But this year I'm really craving to watch some oldies for the fall movies, so I really want to turn on James and the Giant Peach, and if possible, I think my older daughter might be able to handle watching The Craft. So I want to watch those two movies for sure and get some things going. We just recently watched the Disney Ants movie, which isn't really fall, but it's a seasonal, like the season changes at the end. And then we also just recently watched Holes, which is a good story about, you know, some change and good fortune. But we started there, so now we're going to be getting ready to go down the fall movie list, and I really want to get down here and watch some movies because I feel like we've been so busy running around with summer, and every time we're in the house, everybody just kind of wants to be in their own space from spending time together. So I really want to get down here and watch some fall movies together. Now moving on to the last thing I want to get done down here, which is to stock all these drinks I just recently bought. I bought all these because the fridge down here was completely empty. I wanted to prepare for lunches with juices and things and water, and also we were out of pop. I figured also too, there was a sale they were running on the 24 packs. It was like you save $1 on each one, or it's like $1.50 on each one if you buy 5. And then it went towards like my Meyer rewards, so I just went ahead and picked up 5 cases of pop there. But we also have 2 birthday parties coming up in September, so whatever we don't end up using will just kind of go towards the party. But this refrigerator and freezer really needed to be wiped down, and then stock everything. I do need to find maybe like some frozen food to put down in here. I haven't gotten anything, but right now we just have ice cream. But eventually I will. I want to get to where I start keeping like little gallons of ice cream in the tub. Not gallons, I mean like, you know, like the little pints or whatever. I try to buy like 2 or 3 at a time, and then I've been trying to bribe the kids with some ice cream after dinner if they eat and try new foods. So I try to keep those in the lower half. And then of course we always keep these popsicles on hand in case anybody's not feeling well, or you know, from running around dehydrated, or they just need a little snack. The kids have also been trying the popsicles at Aldi's. Plus, if I am able to keep any like sweets like ice cream or anything in the house, I am going to try to, because we like doing local ice cream runs, but honestly they are really expensive going if you go multiple times a week, but even if you go every week, at the end of the month it still equals out to be quite a bit. So for the price of 1 or 2 ice creams, you know, we can get quite a bit of ice cream for everybody. So I've been trying to do that at least once or twice a month, because my husband always has a hankering for some ice cream, and he's like, hey, you want to go here? And I'm like, sure. So it's better to just kind of have some. I also found this ice tray over there on the storage wall, so I washed it and then I filled it with ice. I do need to get some more though. Jordan's been working to fill the ice cube trays with our little ice maker, but it's currently out of service because I emptied it because I want to wash the inside. I do recommend though, if you have little kids, keeping these popsicles on hand because it really helps in the cold season when the kids are sick, or if you're stuck at home and like they can't eat and they need something and have a sore throat, then you have like these popsicles on hand because they're super cheap. Now would also be a good time to go ahead and stock up on your kids' Motrin and Tylenol and cough drops and hand sanitizer. These juicy juices were actually a pretty good deal in the Hug Juice. I never realized that they were fortified with any vitamins, so that's pretty cool. Much better than, you know, like the Capri Suns or the Kool-Aid Jammers, in my opinion. I try to do less sugar. I really like the price of the Kool-Aid Jammers, but they do have high fructose corn syrup, and that's one of the main harmful ingredients to try to keep us all away from. It does pop up and stuff, but they have started taking it out of products, so I try to buy those products you know, mostly when I can. I'm not like all organic or anything, but I do try to avoid it a little bit. It's gonna be pretty crazy though. Like, I haven't really been like a let's pack lunch mom, you know what I mean? The kids have really, I've been fortunate that they've liked eating at school lunches, but in our new area they really don't, so I'm trying to prepare ahead to try to first of all, I also hate that I don't get a paper menu here. That's really annoying. You have to go on and find lunch. I like being able to just put the menu up on the fridge. But last year, for whatever reason, I don't know if she just didn't bring it to me that much, or they just didn't provide one because they sent it through text. But I just didn't like that because it's like a more tasking versus just walking in the kitchen and checking what's for lunch, you know? So if they don't, I'll have to just write it down because I want to be able to be prepared for them to take lunches. I will say though, like as excited as I am for them to go back to school, I really am going to miss them. I remember waiting and wishing impatiently for the day when I could be one of the moms that have all the kids in school finally, and I have the day. For a while I worked there, and then also now I'm home. I'm working from home, but I'm just gonna miss them, you know. I really love getting time with them when they're home in the summer, and then the evenings just go so quick, especially when you're packed with activities, and then me and my husband's schedule has to align with them. So I'm gonna miss us just being able to just kind of all congregate together each day or at some point during the day. But it's gonna get pretty hectic where some days, you know, we won't all have time to sit together until next summer. So it's gonna be sad, but I'm really excited for them. They're doing new sports, new activities, and we're in a new area. My oldest daughter, she's going to a new high school, so I'm really excited. The last thing I got here was these meals. Meyer had these on sale, $1.99 from like $3.29. So I just stocked up on a bunch of these. I'm actually going to go grab like 5 more and another one of these cute little Mio things. Because yeah, we need to drink more water, and Jordan will not drink water without these. It's really annoying, but whatever. Okay, so that's all I have for you today for decluttering and cleaning the storage area in the basement. I spent a total of $162 on the drinks portion. I also had coffee. I don't think that was included in this receipt, which was an additional $29. That's a nice little penny, but that's all I got for this video here. I hope you enjoyed coming along for this video. You got some inspo and reminders for some things maybe you need to get a stock up on, as well as if you're interested and you wouldn't mind sticking around, then please consider subscribing and turning on your notification bell so you don't miss the next upload. We still have The Office left to go. I will link a playlist right here above with the with the previous videos I did with the decluttering, as well as more cleaning motivation. So, okay, don't forget to give this video a like, share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.